I had random people, like when I used to go to the salon, the chick over there who's like just cleaning up everything, she's like, "Ab chhod do na unke pati ko."
Like for real?
Real.
Oh my
And
God, that's
I
insane.
would be like, it never bothered me. I'll be very honest. It never bothered me. Though I had no faith in me. And I was like, I don't think I can play a main lead because I'm going to be very bad. So let me play sister and friend because at least I'll go unnoticed if I do a bad job. When it came to the serious one, I just left the audition and ran away.
Huh?
I didn't inform anyone I'm leaving, and then Nisar, my director and producer, called me and he's like, why did you leave? I'm like, I don't think mere bas ki baat hai ye. I don't want to spoil my name because if I do one of the shows where I'm a lead and I really am bad at acting, then jitna kaam mil raha hai wo bhi nahi milega. The first 10 days of Geet, I have cried every day in front of Gul and Nisar. And I'm like, you guys are doing a very big mistake by taking me. Tumhara show band ho jayega.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today is such a fabulous woman. What a journey she's had. Of course she's ruled television, but she's ruled everyone's heart with the kind of journey that she had. Remember, it's not easy to be a woman in this industry and do what she has done. Of course, talking about the very talented Drashti Dhami. Hello.
Hi.
I meant every word.
Thank you.
And it's true also.
I know, we know each other for years now.
Yeah. So I know, I have seen you hustle. That's the word, right? Hustling is industry mein na bahut alag hota hai. And also, I mentioned being a woman also is because now it's a great time. You know, I'm sitting with you. I see the kind of roles that you are getting. But when you started, there was only so much that were being offered. Even though you within that still experimented.
I guess, I know what you mean. Firstly, there was no OTT at that point, and I think TV also was a very typical type, stereotype bahu. I never played the saas-bahu kind of shows. I never played those. I played the very romance, love story kind of drama. I think I enjoyed every show that I did, to be honest. It was never that, oh my God, I'm done with it, same drama over and over again. No, I think I found that fun element in every show that I did, and I tried to do something different with every show that I did, and I think I'm very happy with all the TV shows that I've done.
No, 100%. And the reason why I mentioned that is because us time pe bhi, you know, you don't have too many people, like I said, too many people trying to experiment on television, right? You within yourself, like you said, were very categorically choosing specific roles, alag-alag. I mean, see, when you see Madhubala, it will not be as Dil Mein Hai.
I'll correct you here actually.
No?
By God's grace, I never chose.
It came to you.
It was never like, "Arey, main ye karu ya ye karu." It was just very fortunate that when Dil Mein Hai got over, the same producer called me for Geet, though I had no faith in me, and I was like, I don't think I can play a main lead because I'm going to be very bad. So let me play sister and friend because at least I'll go unnoticed if I do a bad job.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very serious. And I still remember when I gave Geet audition, I gave the first, so there were 3 shades to the audition. One was like your bubbly character, and then the second was a little sad, and the third was like a little romantic, like a monologue kind of a thing. I gave the bubbly one because I was very used to playing Muskan from Dil Mil Gaye, and when it came to the serious one, I just left the audition and ran away.
Huh?
I didn't inform anyone I'm leaving, and then Nisar, my director and producer, called me and he's like, why did you leave? I'm like, I don't think mere bas ki baat hai ye. I don't want to spoil my name because if I do one of the shows where I'm a lead and I really am bad at acting, then jitna kaam mil raha hai wo bhi nahi milega. And he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm serious. So then he's like, okay, fine. Then he again called me after a week and he's like, why don't you just come and just see what you can do? And then I called a friend of mine home and I was like, read these lines and tell me how you would do it. And she read them. I actually did everything that she did. Like if she said, tum kahan ja rahe ho, pe look up, I have actually copied that ho also. So I just copied the entire audition, how she taught me, and I just chapered it in front of the camera. And I got it. And I remember the first 10 days of Geet, I have cried every day in front of Gul and Nisar. And I'm like, you guys are doing a very big mistake by taking me. तुम्हारा show बंद हो जाएगा. सब
You kept
बोलेंगे.
saying
Yeah, I kept saying that. I cried every day after every scene because I'm like, I don't think I'm doing it right. I don't think I have it in me. And then of course I got used to it. And then at one point our show was one of the best shows. And
you got awarded.
yeah,
The
and
chemistry
that's
was
when
loved.
Nisar was like, do you still feel somebody else would have played Geet better? I'm like, no, I think I played the
That serial was epic because wahan se, I kept mentioning in the beginning as well, at a time you ruled television, you continued to do your fans.
Yeah, like, I think for me, more performance-oriented was Madhubala because
course.
I got to play a lot of shades.
And she was a very strong character.
Yeah. So I think there I got to do way more than what I could do in the other shows.
But I think that's what I said. It's so proud, the feeling. I'm sure for your fans, it is fantastic to see the kind of journey you had. Your honesty in saying that मुझे पता नहीं था कि मैं कर पाऊंगी, to now being a part of a show like this, which is, a psychological thriller. You can call it a thriller that people have loved so much that it has a season 2. And you were appreciated for being absolutely fantastic in it. Tell me how you feel today sitting here and people totally believing that you can play pretty much anything, whether it's a cop like Ira or,
Oh, I'm so glad and thank you that you guys feel that I can play, and I would love to try every character that I get. It can be as negative as it wants to be, or as positive, or as wicked. I would love to try if I get an opportunity. But coming back to Duranga, season 1 was very stressful for me because I came from a background where everything is less, right? Everything is less. So even if I say hi is what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
And then from there, when I did Empire, it was still another genre because it was your period drama. So there was a lot of poise and looking, and so it was still easy for me to get myself into that zone.
That was still dramatic.
Exactly. It had a lot of drama, and I love drama.
Yeah, of
I
course.
love drama. So this was actually an eye-opener for me where I honestly thought I have a lot of learning and unlearning because it was not easy for me to just speak.
Yeah.
It's not easy for me to speak without doing something.
Without even like a tone going up. Just वो एकदम normal जो बात करना
Yeah,
होता है.
and like just talk without अच्छा तो अब मैं क्या करूँ, अब मैं कहाँ जाऊँ. It's no, अब मैं क्या करूँ, अब मैं कहाँ जाऊँ. That, which I can say right now way more easily when instead like
when we are chatting.
When we are chatting, and so that was a task for me. And of course, in all honesty, working with Gulshan has been really lovely. But when you know someone like him, where I used to tell people that, oh, I'm working with Gulshan. Who's your co-actor, Gulshan? I'm like, oh my God, he's such a good actor. You have to really up your game, and you have to do like a lot to get yourself established in front of him.
And you have those scenes, right?
Yeah, and like you have to have your screen presence with him because he's too powerful.
Yeah.
And to working on that, and I truly believe I did a little way better than season 1 and season 2 because I was much in ease. I knew my character. I was used to playing a cop and a mother and a wife and the complex relationship that I had with him and everything around. I enjoyed season 2 more because I thought I was coming back home.
Yeah.
Which was very TV, right? Like, where you work every day with your set of people and they become your family.
And so for a longer period.
For a longer period. So here it just felt like, chalo, at least I worked with them for a month and a half, 2 months, and now I'm coming back to the same people and the same relationships.
Yeah. I think a part of you now feels, I know Ira.
I know Ira, exactly, right? Exactly. I'm more confident playing her, and also this season has a lot of twists and turns, but it has also, we had left it at such a point where it had to have a season 2, and right now there's a lot of revelation that's happening more than the twists and turns, which are quite creepy and psycho-ish actually, and in season 2, I was playing a cop, but a very disturbed cop and a very, very, very disturbed wife.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do right. Should I play the cop right or should I play the wife
right.
part right? And that was a struggle, and I think Rohan sir really helped me here with very few words. He's not one of those who'll make you sit and be like, see, this is your character, तुम्हें ये करना है, तुम्हें
ज़्यादा ज्ञान नहीं.
No ज्ञान. Just like if you go to him, sir, क्या करना है अभी? He's like, he'll just explain you, ये है. If I come and if I've not done something right or it's looking too anticipated, he'll like, just come and just do this now while talking instead of like just standing or making it. And that would teach me how to do it in the next scene.
Makes you more nuanced.
Yeah, so I think I really, really enjoyed working with him, and he and me have a great connection, which is food. We used to, before shooting or before deciding आज हमारे क्या क्या scenes है, we used to decide आज lunch में क्या खाना है और आज dinner में क्या खाना है. So that was our main agenda on set. Priorities तो हमारे बहुत ही clear थे.
बिल्कुल.
फिर हम खाना order करके बोलते थे चलो अभी scene देख लेते हैं, आज क्या scenes करने हैं हमें.
As a female lead in television, there is so much more judgment. I mean, you know, there's so much more that people have opinions on everything that you do. I feel like, you know, for example, like we talk about one of your, again, extremely popular serials. The serial, में उनके किरदार को obviously, you know, she is a victim of domestic violence, and she obviously is playing this character with so much empathy and falls in love with her best friend's husband, and
because he's the nicest guy I know around in my life.
Because you yourself is a victim of abuse, right? So वहाँ से that became a huge thing, saying that you all are trying to normalize it. And you know what the worst part is? I felt like the female lead got so much backlash, and I thought that was unfair. I remember Tejasswi being asked later when they had a part 2 of it, and she totally supported you, saying that, you know, she's the nicest person ever when you meet her. And I think actors are actors. How can you...
I was actually asked to play the best friend, and I had refused.
There you go. I
wanted to play the other woman because because the show was about हमेशा गलत नहीं होता. In real life, I'm sure we know a lot of people who've gotten divorced and cheated on their wives, but today whoever they cheated with, they are married to them, they have kids, and they have a life. So it's not always true that you know, when you have an extramarital affair, it's always a wrong thing. That is what we were trying to actually show. But because it's 5 days a week, and you know, sometimes it's not in our control, it didn't go the way we were supposed to do it. And actually a very funny thing had happened at that point. To my knowledge, if I'm not wrong, didn't Instagram become like the rage in by 2017?
Yeah, around, I think
17, 18. I mean, according, like for me, because till 15 at least I knew it was there, but it wasn't like, it was not like WhatsApp, what WhatsApp is now, you know, it's like a part of you. So we used to keep posting pictures of Silsila, and we didn't know, I mean, I didn't know there was a comment section. So I didn't know that people comment. So I thought you just post pictures and people like you, and then एक दो comment होते होंगे जहाँ पे लोग बोलते होंगे अरे वाह this that, and that's when I realized the intensity of the show and people talking about it. Because Shakti, my co-actor, was like, तूने comments पढ़े? हमें ना थोड़ा देखना चाहिए अभी. I'm like, क्या देखना चाहिए? She's like, तू comments पढ़ रही है? I'm like, कौन से comments? She's like, तुझे पता नहीं यहाँ पे comments होते हैं? I'm like, oh shit, ये comment section होता है. And that's when I started reading, and I was like, wow, like. I had random people, like when I used to go to the salon, the chick over there who's like just cleaning up everything, she's like, आप छोड़ दो ना उनके पति को.
Like for real?
Real.
Oh my
and
God, that's
I
insane.
would be like, it never bothered me, I'll be very honest, it never bothered me. So I was always like, I'm like, आंटी पर मैं शो कर रही हूँ, मतलब मेरे हाथ में नहीं होता ये, you know, जिनके हाथ में होता है वो करते हैं, मैं तो सिर्फ ये कर. नहीं बेटा आप छोड़ दो उनको, ऐसे अच्छा नहीं लगता. And that's when I realized what is the power of TV, that people actually believe that this is true. But I enjoyed every bit of that show because I got to perform a very different side. I think I've never looked that gorgeous in any show, because I think they styled me so beautifully, even if I was only wearing saris. I think I had made those style statements at that point with those saris. So I think I totally enjoyed how much of it I did. And then when I thought there was no scope, I took an exit.
Yeah, because a lot of people had assumed that अरे इसकी वजह से छोड़ा था, but you had made it very clear because the entire storyline had become like she was supposed to be a mother and then she'll have a वो हुआ था ना उस time पे इसीलिए.
Actually, what had happened was there was nothing for me to play after a point, because
आगे नहीं बढ़ रही थी वैसे.
आगे नहीं बढ़ रही थी, and what happens is because you are for 25 minutes every day on screen, there's only that much you can show, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a very thin line between looking insecure and looking psychotic. If you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like
Got it.
when you're nagging your husband versus he's doing something wrong and you're catching him. You know that you're going to reach there versus you're just nagging. It's a very thin line because you're 5 days on air.
तो और कितना आप करोगे?
कितना आप खींच सकते हो? So that's when I was like, I don't think it's gonna work out because वो नहीं justify कर पाऊंगी मैं that I am just insecure. I'm not psycho.
Because I remember at the time that they used to talk about how, oh, because she's becoming a mother, she's left it. I don't think that'll ever stop you, right?
No. And I think my producers were excellent. Like, I think Sanjoy sir
Yeah.
and Komal ma'am, I think even today when they make a show, they will call me. And I love them. I've done 2 shows with them. So I think they're the most excellent producers I've ever worked with. So I think creatively kuch hua hoga, differences. But we never had a bad this. I think it was just something that was put up by, I don't know, media, I guess. And no one has given an official statement. So...
That. I love the fact that you were among the very few people who used to at the time take a stand and say, dude, this is not true. Other people are like, let's ignore it. Like even what happened with Gurmeet at the time, if you would have not called it out, it would have become bigger. But even there, you're playing someone on screen, chemistry. How can you believe that? I feel like that's important for you even
but
then.
But that is TV, right? Now it's shifting and now it's getting more, but now even TV is coming up with great concepts. So,
but did it bother you even then when you were reading things that are being construed? Like for example, you talk about Geet.
Yeah, I think, long story short, I think when you pay a lot of attention to it is when you get bothered. I think I was so secured with my life and my things around me that when I used to go back home, I used to just forget everything and I was with my people, my things. So it never bothered me because people are always going to talk. Whether you do, when you do good also they talk, when you do bad also they talk, so it doesn't really matter.
This must have helped you be sane even now with the trolling that has increased along with the love, right?
I don't get trolled anymore because I don't comment on anything anymore. So I don't know. Half the time I don't have any information on anything. So
you just decided, मैं तो चुप ही रहने वाली, छोड़
no,
दो.
चुप नहीं, मुझे actually नहीं पता होता है, and I'm actually not there socially that active at this moment. Like I don't. I think I'm enjoying the downtime. And I think with just time post-COVID, I think I've just become this person. I'm very happy with those 4 people
around you, chilling.
Around me. I want to meet. I want to hang. I am not the sorts anymore who'll step out every day.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be home, watching my Netflix, watching my TV,
and
chilling and sleeping. I sleep by 10:30. I'm up at 6. I go for my workouts. So I'm very content and very disciplined life is what I'm living right now. I'm very happily living it.
You know, I must bring this up. From 2 to 3 hours at least, जो makeup and hair करना पड़ता था रोज आपको in TV and other places. Here, this must have been a relief. Because you're not doing so much, right? That is.
मुझे टीवी में भी कभी टाइम नहीं लगता था. मैं 20 मिनट में तैयार हो जाती थी. हाँ, मैं एक साथ करती थी. मैं मेरा हेयर, मेकअप, कपड़े सब एक साथ होते थे. Because I didn't have the patience कि पहले वो हेयर खत्म करेंगे, फिर मेकअप करेंगे. हम देख सब एक साथ करो.
Yeah.
And just I used to do half the time I used to do makeup in my car. So this was the easiest.
Exactly.
This was like 10 minutes. कोई बाल बनाने नहीं होते थे. थोड़ा ऊपर टच अप करना होता था.
Great skin that we must bring up.
हाँ, no, मतलब the skin तो is that was the feel. Even if it was not a nice skin, they would have still not done anything about it. They would have kept it as natural as they could. But usually hair takes longer. वो भी नहीं लगता था. I think 20 minutes I used to be fully ready and be on set.
Isn't that an amazing feeling?
I think the only time I took while getting ready was Empire.
That must because वो पूरा तामझाम था ना उसमें.
कपड़ों में and like just the makeup because there was actually no makeup on my face.
Really?
There was no foundation.
Like no base थोड़ा भी?
Base तो कभी touch ही नहीं किया हमने. We just did under eyes and like the time used to go in making my eyebrows. You know, putting the one eyelash because there was no eyeshadow, there was no blush, there was nothing, none of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, when I was talking to Tejasswi as well, and we were talking about pay parity, right? Discussion होती है कि you know actors should be paid in television also at that time though. They were getting paid way more than the men were getting paid, and I think that was amazing. You at the top, you were you have been among the top leading actors there, and you were getting paid according to who you are, because you all had massive fan following, not because you have a male actor, which happens in a lot of other places. I think that must have also been encouraging, right? You truly are also empowering someone and giving them the worth. Because in Madhubala, I remember you were, till then, you were like, you know, you had reached a position where you were getting exactly what you deserved, and which was way more than the co-actor, male co-actor.
So I never got into, I actually never got into the fact of, or I never indulged myself to know how much someone else is getting paid.
Sure.
And that's always been from day one. Even when it came to Dil Mil Gaye, my logic always said that I'm getting a TV show, they're going to make me famous, they're going to make me look good, they're going to teach me how to act, they're going to teach me how to say my lines, and they're going to pay me for it.
Yeah.
So I never thought of, because in Dil Mein Gaye, when we all actors became close, and they're like, oh, you should have got much more than this, and it never disheartened me, because I was like, yeah, somebody's paying me and making me famous and teaching me everything that I'm supposed to do. So I'm not in any position to crib here or cry about it. And with time, I think I was very, I never went crazy at any given point saying that, oh, I'm the face and I don't care, you have to pay me the money that I want. No, I always had a gradual hike in everything that I asked and what I deserved. And yeah, I mean, I never gave it that importance, because genuinely I'm saying it, it's never mattered to me whether you've got more than me or less than me. Because for me, I'm like, I want this, and if I get this, then I don't care what, you can get 3 times more and I wouldn't care.
Which is a great way to do. Which is a great way to stay happy as well. A lot of actors who I have seen have made the transition, as you call it, right, to doing OTT and other films, have spoken about how it's not always very easy when you have done television for a while, because you know your worth. But it was not easy for a lot of actors who say that there was this entire thing about no, TV hai, to film.
No, not at all. I struggled it as well.
Yeah.
I didn't struggle. I just took a sabbatical because I was like, let's see. Because with TV, you don't get time. So I wouldn't get the time to explore and see what's there, to go there and meet people. And even if I do, and if I get something, I won't be able to say that I can do it, because I'm already under a contract and I don't want to be leaving that show if the show is on my name.
Yeah.
So I did take a break after Silsila, which I think got over in 2017 or 18.
Yeah.
And that's when Empire happened. And Empire was actually, I can just say, it just fell, I just was there at the right place at the right time, because I'd actually gone to meet them for another show. And when I went to meet them for that show, the show sounded really interesting, but I wanted to do something more center stage, because it was my first ever into the OTT world, and I just didn't know how to say no, because it's like, ek to unhone bulaya and I'm saying no. But before I could say, they told me that we want to, the director saw you and she wants to meet you for the show. And it was going to be called, it was, the working name was Moguls. So I was like, okay. And then when I went and I met, and then I spoke to a couple of my friends, and they were like, dude, this is a show that they've been talking about for like nearly 1.5, 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's under wraps and people are really working on it. And if you get it, you should do it. And then I was like, I want to do this show. Like, at that point, that was the only time I think I felt like I want to do this.
Sure.
I want to do this. And then when I started with the look test and I started working on it, and I think it was the most beautiful feeling. So,
what were your basic things where you felt like you had to fight a little more and then reach where you are today?
I can't think of anything, to be honest.
Wow.
No. Also, I never tried consciously to break any stereotype. Like I said, I've never been that person where 5 shows मिले और I picked one. It's never been that. It's just that Geet got over. Dil Mil Gaye got over in another, literally 4 months. Geet happened. When Geet got over, exactly in 4 months, Madhubala happened. When Madhubala got over, I took a break because I was getting married.
Yeah.
And before I was getting, just like 10 days or 20 days before I got married, Ek Tha Raja Ek Thi Rani happened.
Yeah.
So I did pick it up because I was like, wow, I mean, why not? They're going to start it anyway after I get married. So I've never struggled I've never struggled, but I think I'm struggling to. I used to struggle to find something different, and that's when I think after Silsila, I was like, I'll take a break and see what else can I do now.
It's a great decision, clearly.
Yeah,
And
so-
you are getting different kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the start. I'm like just taking baby steps. so
Absolutely.
let's-
Well, to end it, the fun segment, and we are going to wrap. Are you ready, Drashti?
Sure.
Okay, a rumor about yourself that makes you laugh. That makes you laugh.
Oh, that I'm pregnant with twins. Yeah.
Really, there's a rumor like that. A misconception about you that people believe, which is obviously not true. Who don't know you.
So a lot of people feel that I'm not a nice person and I'm like a little arrogant, but the truth is I can't see very far things. So Sriti was someone who told me, she's like, you're blind, right? Because initially a couple of times when we met, she would be like, I kept saying hi to you and you ignored me. And I'm like, babe, when I don't wear my specs, I can't really see well, like really fast stuff. So she's like, oh, okay, I get the point. So after that, it became a joke. Every time she would meet me and she's like, it's me. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see you now.
Okay, according to you, from your filmography, from your work, what is your best work till date?
I think Empire.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. If you had to choose somebody else's role that you could ever do, what would you choose and why?
I think I've said it time and again. I think Delhi Crime Shefali. I don't know if I would be able to do it, even 1% of justice of how she's done it, but I would love to do it.
Who does Drashti think she has best chemistry with till date on screen?
Dino.
Ah. Who, according to you, is your 4 a.m. friend? I think Sanaya, but I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
Sanaya, Nakul, and a lot of non-industry friends.
Keep you sane?
Pardon me?
Who keep you sane?
All of them keep me sane.
One
Actually,
colleague-
Sanaya doesn't keep me sane. I think we drive each other crazy when we are together.
But that's how best friends work,
Yeah.
right? So, okay. Shout out to Sanaya, of course.
I love you, baby.
Okay, a one-liner advice to people who are joining the industry and who look up to you.
Have patience.
Have patience and be
Patience.
careful. in
Have
general.
patience. More than being careful, I think nowadays kids are very smart, and I think just like you have to be patient.
Okay.
And wait, give it a couple of years, and if it doesn't work, just switch to plan B. Don't keep wasting your time, it's not worth it.
Okay, I'll name some of your co-actors and you have to tell me a quality that you admire and a quality that is in a fun way, a little annoying. You know how your friends are
Oh
like.
my god, I'm very bad at this.
Okay, tell me the one that you admire then.
No, like, okay, let's try,
Let's
but
try.
I'm very...
नहीं आएगा तो छोड़ देना,
हाँ.
बोले pass कर देना, no problem. Okay, Gulshan Devaiya.
Good thing is, he's a very helpful co-actor, and he does make you feel comfortable. And bad thing, that he gets very hangry after 10 o'clock.
That's a good example of thing. आपके लिए मुश्किल होता है अगर खाना नहीं
नहीं,
आए.
चल जाता है. I to eat. मैं तो पूरे दिन खाते रहती हूँ, तो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Okay, Sanaya Irani.
Sanaya, oh my god, she can drive you crazy if she thinks that she's right and you're not. And you can try whatever you want, but you cannot convince her that you're wrong, baby. No, she's always right. And one thing I really admire about her is she's very honest. She doesn't mince her words. Whether you like it or not, she's going to be saying whatever she wants to say on your face.
Okay, I love that. Vivian Desana.
Don't know that well to say anything.
Okay, nothing to admire also.
I mean, it's been so long now.
Acha, theek
I like how he has such a great fan following, and I think how he played RK was excellent.
Fair enough. Do you know?
I love that guy. I think, firstly, he's so hot, and secondly, I think I didn't feel I was meeting Dino for the first time when I met him.
Okay.
Because he just talks to you, like, he just talks to you, and he just makes you, like,
Comfortable.
and you just feel like, oh, he's your friend. And like, even today, if I have to talk to him, I can just pick up the phone. I don't. We're not really in touch. But if I have to ask something, I wouldn't think twice. I would just pick up the phone and talk.
Very cute. I love that. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
I
chatting
really
with you.
enjoyed it.
I'm so glad you did. It's been a while, and I'm so like I
Yeah,
say, I
I
think
know.
like all your well wishes. I'm very, very proud of the journey that you
Yes.
reached, and I think it looks so interesting in Duranga. I'm sure everybody's waiting to watch you again. Kill it, Azira.
We are actually really waiting myself to watch and see everyone's response. And thank you so much. I really had a great time.
Thank you so much. Lots of love.
Same here.
Thank you so much.